This is a tour of Speedy's Fast Track, and this is in Houston, Texas. And it's a go-kart and arcade facility. And they're actually a chain, but the thing with the chain in Houston is that they're different names everywhere. So there's some called like Go-Kart Raceway, and there's another like Go-Kart place, but there's like a few stores in Houston, and they're all ran by the same company. So it looks very similar to the other ones that I've been to. But this one's called Speedy's Fast Track, and it's in the northwest area of Houston. So we're gonna do a tour of all of the rare games that they have here and some incredible prizes. You guys are not gonna believe it. They have some really cool stuff. So first you walk in, they have these air hockey dynamo air hockey tables. They're $275 a play. That's kind of expensive for that. And here is the kiosks. So again, very, very cool and unique place. It's like a retro modernized go-kart arcade track. So there's all the bonus money right there, and then you can get cards and stuff like that, but that's all the arcade bonus money. Then over here they have a classic Monopoly, $225 a play, extremely expensive. But similar to all the other go-kart places in Houston, they have customized inner card readers, so every single game is on the card reader. And this is a super, super loud and rare lightning tower. I have no idea who made this. And I think this is the only one that I've ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen this game. That's crazy. And here they have classic capsule machines. So they have some classic stuff, and this doesn't accept cards, obviously. It's just quarters. So again, some classic games, new games. And speaking of a classic game, this is insanely rare now. Rotary Merchandiser, which is basically the old school version of what Zombie Snatcher and Tower Tickets is. But these are extremely rare. They still have it here. It's $1.65, which is so expensive. It has win tickets on there. But this cabinet is so old and it's so rare that I can't believe that it's here. If you guys were growing up, and especially a long time ago, this game was at a lot of arcades. So that is insanely cool that they have that. There's some more gumball machines. They have a big bass wheel and $2.15 per play. So expensive here. They have a skee ball. The sign is in a weird spot, which is kind of funny. And this is $2.15 per play for a skee ball. This is crazy expensive. They have an Angry Birds arcade. They have a Ticket Monster. It's only $2.86 for the bonus. It's kind of low. A Ticket Time. And then back here, they have some really cool games. So, Super Monkey Ball. And then over here, they have a miniature spin and win, Bikini Bottom Bowling, and then another super rare Quack Shot. I've never seen this ever. It looks like a Monster Drop cabinet. I could be wrong, but it's literally a claw machine modded into like a Monster Drop cabinet. That is insanely rare. They have a Pro Fishery and a Yahtzee and a Zoltar over there. But we're gonna take a look at these rare games. They have a Chameleon Paradise, 65 cents. So we're getting a little bit more affordable. And then here's some really rare stuff that I really love coming to the go-kart places in Houston for. So we're gonna take a look at everything that they have. So this game is called Awesome Rat by Sega. I've never seen it ever. And it is 35 cents. So honestly, that is a lot more affordable than some of the other games. And honestly, it's probably a lot of fun to play here too. I have never seen this, and I really have no idea how to actually play it. It looks like there's like a ball that goes on a track or something. That's insanely rare. If you guys have ever seen this, let me know. I've never seen this at any arcade, which is nuts. And here's another super rare game. It's a ticket game made by Data East, which is insane. Pop a tic-tac-toe, which is literally a pop-a-ball tic-tac-toe. And you get to choose which ones you want, which is insane. It's basically like old school Yahtzee type, like where you just hold the ones you want. I'm assuming you get multiple rolls, but that is just so cool. They have the coolest games ever here. And then here they have Frantic Fred with this insanely rare marquee. I think it's similar to like the Buster Bubbles game, but they have that here. And then here's another super rare, I've seen it before, but Namco Godzilla Wars, insanely rare, 20 cents. That's it. 20 cents per play, which is crazy. They have a Frogger. This is more modernized games. There's a Doodle Jump, but it's broken. Wild West Shootout, Plants vs. Zombies, and Nerf. And over here they have Soccer Stars, a My Little Ducks, a Grab and Win, and another claw machine. And then Here's an insanely rare game again. Monster Smash, which is literally piano keys, but it's monsters instead of piano keys, which is crazy. Then they have a Wacky Ducks, 50 cents, not bad. Whack 'em Funky Gators, Despicable Me Whack-A-Mole, Dolphin Show, which is another rare game, but I've seen it before, $1.35. There's a Buzzy Buzzy Bee, and then the Nerf is actually 1,000 tickets for the jackpot, but it's $3 per play. So I mean, at least the jackpot is kind of worth it to play that. They have a Fast Gunman, a Namco Quick and Crash, a Snowcross. They have 4 of the Dead Heats and 2 of the MotoGPs. And then here they have Popcorn, House of the Dead 3, 4 supercars. They have Red High with an insanely high jackpot, a Deal or No Deal, a Toy Frenzy, 2 tipping blocks. That's crazy. Not 1 but 2. $1.95, but at least they're both 1,000. That's actually pretty good for the jackpot. There's a Monopoly Cyclone, which is also rare. Original Simpsons. Here's more of like the old school stuff. Super Hang On, Rampart. Never heard of that. Guitar Hero, and then super classic games. So again, they have a mix of retro and new ticket games, and these are only a quarter, so that's cool. They didn't inflate the price on these. So Q-Bird, I don't know what this game is called. Looks like it's called like Titan something. I have no idea. I've never seen that. Track and Field. There's Galaga, Galaxian, Millipedes, Dig Dugs, Kangaroo, Marvel vs. Capcom, and more Capcoms. There's a Tekken over there. There's a Pac-Mania. There's an original Miss Pac-Man, and obviously original Pac-Man, another original Miss Pac-Man, and a Super Pac-Man. And it looks like they installed a different screen on it. It looks a lot different than like this one. That's the original screen. That one looks a lot different. And then over here they have Choplifter, very rare, Looping. Never seen that ever. They have a Landing High Japan game, Airline Pilots. It's a bunch of like flight games. Steel Talons. They have an original Moon Patrol, but this cabinet looks like a modernized one, so maybe it's not the original cabinet. Third Street Fighter, and then back here they have a Stern Pinball customized pinball area, which is insane. Customized sign and everything, but it's not really a pinball alley. They don't have much. They have Munsters, they have Rush, then they have Jurassic Park, Deadpool, Iron Maiden, and there's an air hockey table, and the brand new Godzilla, and a foosball table. And then over here, I missed it, but this is insane. So rare. If you guys have seen Basketball Pro, which they have here, this is literally the original version of Basketball Pro, Williams game from the 90s. And it's literally, instead of, hitting the thing like Basketball Pro, you launch the ball into the hoop. And it's literally the old school version of Basketball Pro. That is insanely rare. It's called Hot Shot. It's a Williams game. It's a ticket game. That is crazy rare. They have an Intergroove 3, 2 H2O drives, 2 MotoGPs, a Let's Go Jungle. Then this game, which is called Cyber LED Namco. That's so rare, which is crazy. And then over here, there's more ticket games, so we'll take a look at that. There's a Double Up, there's a Cut the Rope, there's a Crazy Curves, a Pac-Man, a Kaboom game. And there's a whole bunch of pool tables too. So not bad. And up there is apparently like a nightclub bar or something like that too. They do trivia up there. I guess they have like a full service bar up there, which is nice. There's 2 Cruisin' Blasts, and here they have the 4-player Pac-Man, and here's more like the modern ticket game. So Power Roll is $2.50 a play. Honestly, the modern games here are worse than like the retro games. You're gonna come here for the retro games and not the modern ones. There's a Space Raider, get $1.75, very expensive. Quick Drop $6.90, $2.50 per play, not worth it at all. Dizzy Chicken. They have a Slime Winner, they have a Monster Drop, they have a Snowdown, which is, is it working? Yeah, it's shockingly working. That's crazy. Oh, actually, no, it has an error. That means it's broken. The notorious broken game. Harpin Lagoon, and then there's another air hockey table. There's a bowling game. It's like a small one. And then you guys are not going to believe what they have here. This is insane. If you guys remember back a long time ago at Chuck E. Cheese and then a couple other places have this game, the original Spin to Win, the Lasertron game. So it's literally the original old school version of the carnival game, but this was at a lot of arcades, and it's the exact same one too. So like Chuck E. Cheese and all these places used to have it. So literally there's a ball. So you roll the ball down and you want to get certain ones. Oh, apparently there's a game on it. So I got 1 ticket. So if I got 1 more to the right, I would have won the jackpot. but it literally is the original old school version of it, which is absolutely insane. Oh, there's another ball. I guess we get to play it on video for you guys. So it's absolutely crazy that they still have this. Four of them too, which is crazy cool. And that didn't register, but that is insane. I can't believe they still have this. Some of you guys might have remembered this game, but I definitely do. There's 2 quick shots. There's a photo booth. There's a super, super rare home run, which is basically like, it's almost like Cyclone in a way. You hit it on the jackpot. And here's the basketball bro I was talking about, the modern version of it. And then Jurassic Park. And that is, oh, actually no, over here, there's some really, really cool looking basketball games that are like built into the whole building, which is crazy. $275 a play, but this is really cool. It's like, you know, it's built into the entire facility. I missed. I gotta make at least one. So this is really, really cool here that they have all this stuff. And then here's another one, which is like a smaller version. So literally, it's built in to the facility. Oh, I missed. We're gonna try to get it. There we go. So I'm assuming it gives tickets. It has a whole screen. It looks like they like customize it too. That is insanely cool and rare. At least there's something, you know, like this. Oh, there's also Jelly 11, a Wheel of Fortune. But you guys are not gonna believe the prizes here. They have some really cool prizes for this style place. So up there is pretty basic. There's a lot of plush, but they did a really good job. This is the whole prize counter that they have. It is probably the most massive prize counter I've ever seen in an arcade. There's like prizes all over the place. So we'll start down here. Again, really affordable for candy, but just very expensive for games. So I mean, honestly, that's not bad if you play the other stuff. So 125 for full-size candy is very, very good. It's like round one. 160 for Starburst. That's literally the exact same price as round one. And then look at this, chocolates and Kit Kats for only 145. Like, you never see those prices ever. So at least the prizes are really, really good. And then up there, more stuff. It's kind of hard to see, but they have DVDs. So I guess nowadays you don't really need those, but they have DVDs. Whole bunch of stuff on that wall. A whole bunch of board games. You guys can kind of tell it's really far away. And then up here, more plush, more like Speedy's Fast Track hats, which is cool too. You can get customized hats for souvenir from the arcade. That's also really nice. And you guys are not gonna believe what they have here. They literally have airsoft rifles for tickets. only here would they have that. They have hockey games and stuff. And then look at it, it's a whole section dedicated, which is so crazy. Not sure if that's real or not, but that's crazy for an arcade prize. And then some BB shooters too, and it's insane. 300 tickets for BBs and stuff like that. Like, literally, you never see this stuff at an arcade anywhere else, only in Texas. And then here's like the miniature candy, obviously, the stuff that no one cares about. And then more board games. Again, $1,800 for a Sorry board game and stuff. That's actually really, really good, really cheap. And then the best part about this place is that there's a big giant wheel in the back, and for 200 tickets, you can spin the wheel as many times as you want for 200 tickets to spin, obviously. And you can actually get attractions with this. If you look closely, there's golf, there's laser tag, there's go-karts, and arcade play. So literally you can spin and win all the attractions if you wanted to, and spin like 20 times and try to get the go-karts or whatever you want instead of spending 10 bucks. I think that's really, really genius. That's super, super cool for an arcade. And there's Hot Wheels. There's a whole bunch of big candy too, which is crazy. 300 is not bad at all for the big candy. Usually 300 for the small candies. They literally have M&Ms and stuff too. Like, you never see this style stuff at an arcade. So big perk is that they have the really affordable prizes and just an overall super unique place. You can have so much fun here. The selection is incredible. The game variety is awesome. And then there's the go-karts out there, obviously. But it's probably the most unique selection of games at an arcade that I have ever seen compared to, like, you know, a few other places. But if you are in Houston or visiting by, check out Speedy's Fast Track 100%. There's a bunch of other go-kart places like this too. So if you search, a bunch of go-kart places are basically like the same setup, but I think this is the best one. So big perk to Speedy's Fast Track for not only a large arcade, a great selection of stuff. This is really, really awesome. This is the best variety I've ever seen at an arcade. So anyone can have fun here, whether you like ticket games, old classic games, or anything else. This place is incredible. The variety is just super cool. But that's basically it. It's a full tour of Speedy's Fast Track in Houston. It's a very long tour. I'm glad you guys stuck around. And comment below what you guys think. There's some really cool stuff here. So Again, 100%. This is in Houston, Texas. 100% come here. This is a really, really awesome hidden gem arcade here. So make sure you guys go down below and subscribe. We'll be off to the next arcade, wherever it may be. I'll see you guys in the next one.